Joining us now is a man who has a 13-1 record fighting other humans. Woo! He's also the host of the Timbo Sugar Show, which is a podcast that you would enjoy the hell out of. And this past weekend, he knocked at another human. Ladies and gentlemen, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Yeah! How are you, man?
Dude, I'm doing good. You misspoke. It's 13-0.
No, okay, that's on me. 13-0. That one time didn't happen. How are you, brother? How you feeling a couple days after the fight? What a performance by you.
Thank you. I feel good. My hands are a little sore and my shins are a little sore, but other than that, man, I can't complain.
Okay, I always wondered with you fighters, okay, because, you know, when I'm at a bar and they have that thing that comes down, tells me how strong my punch is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, a little intoxicated, and you hit that thing a little bit wrong, you feel like you break something in your hand. You know what I mean? You just feel like the next day you're an idiot. What happened? Oh, I was drunk fighting that thing. I always wondered, do you make your hands tougher? Is this, you can just punch whatever? You got cinder blocks as hands? Or do you break your hand whenever you're, you know, breaking people's faces professionally? Oh, no.
I keep cutting in and out.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Maybe I turn off the Wi-Fi or something. Maybe the internet connection will be better.
Hey, we'll call you back.
I think we're good. Now. Are you guys good?
Yeah. Are you good?
Dude, it's nice when you get a good wrap though before the fight. You wrap your hands, and you know that saves it. If we didn't wrap our hands, you know, definitely we'd be you know, probably breaking more. But no, honestly, my hands feel really good. But yeah, they feel good.
Hey, when are we going to get you a championship? You know, you're 13-0, undefeated. When are we going for it? Because your clip, your quote after the fight, I only get 15 minutes to perform. I got to do something sweet or something like that. I was like, this guy is maybe my favorite fighter I've ever seen in my entire life. You view it as like, hey, I got to do something sweet. You could have done it a couple times. You knock him out. I want you to be champion. Let's make you the face of UFC here. That's the plan.
The real thing, the real reason what happened is before the fight, I had undefeated shirts made up that say another right hand from Sugarland. So I dropped him in the first round, but I dropped him with a left hand. I wasn't walking away because I didn't because I thought I walk off knocked out. I was walking away to let him back up so I could drop him out with the right hand so I could sell my shirts. Which are doing absolutely incredible right now.
How can I buy that shirt? How can I buy it?
Sugarshop.co. Merch is a beautiful thing, man.
Hey, speaking of merch, you're going to get Dana White to wear one of your shirts. I know he said he called what you did a masterpiece Saturday night. And how does that feel coming from him?
Yeah, it's always fun to there's only one person I need in the building to perform for, and that's Dana. It was nice though because my last two fights before that were also in the Apex, but it was like silent. When I knocked out Eddie Wineland, it was just like completely silent. And then when I knocked out him, you know, there was a little bit of a fan reaction, so it felt good to have somewhat fans back, but I need to knock someone out in an arena packed full of people.
Okay, so I was about to ask, because the UFC and mixed martial arts with no fans, it almost made the viewing experience at home, you know, we got a chance to hear the corner yelling. Every single shot was louder. For you, how you're ready to get back in front of, you know, I think they got like 15,000 down in Jacksonville here in about a month. It's about to happen. You kind of live off of that energy, or was it like with no fans, did it affect you at all? Or was it just something you're done with?
No, I can perform anywhere. I'm a high-level performer. That's what I train for. That's just what I do. I perform, and when the lights are on and that cage is locked, I can perform anywhere. But after the fight, after the knockout, that's what I miss, when the fans go crazy. You know, I've had 2 viral knockouts where it's just there hasn't been any crate like that. Like I said, that last one there was a little bit more of a reaction. But I want that roof to blow off the place.
I fucking love you, dude. Hey, I love that. Like, when you're going into the fight, first of all, you must have felt very confident. You knock him down with a left hand. You're like, whoa, fucking merch now, pal. That was supposed to be a setup there. Is that, in that fight, Is there a strategy, game plan? What is all? As soon as you get into that cage, is it get slowed down? Do you black out? I guess not, because you're trying to sell merch in there. What is the mindset before a fight like that?
I go into all my fights very calm. I think it's the best way to prepare to prep for war and to get ready to go to war, because it really is. It's a dangerous sport in there. As we saw, I completely murdered that dude. It's kill or be killed. So I'm going in there with a calm mind that I there's very limited thinking. Just enough to know I got to sell the merch, but also I'm flowing in there. I'm in there. I'm flowing. That's the highest level of a flow state. I'm in there. I was very confident going into this fight. I knew that kid was 20-4 or something like that, and he's a very good striker. And I knew he wasn't going to be able to take me down. So it was going to be a 15-minute kickboxing match. And there's not very many people that can outstrike me. So going into that fight, I was very confident. And once I dropped him, I went and rewatched the fight. The commentators were saying it was the biggest mistake of my life, and I'm just this young kid. I need to mature. I'm not smart enough in there. And I'm thinking, I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm pretty mature as far as a professional fighter. I've been striking for a long time, and I just didn't feel in any danger in there. If I wanted to get on him and get a TKO finish, I could have jumped on him and did that in the first round. That's not what I'm in there for. I'm in there to put people's lights out, and I want to go viral. Like I said, I have 15 minutes in there. Why end him in 3 minutes in the first round when I can? I'm still having fun in there. I just broke a sweat. I'm just starting to have to breathe out of my mouth. I was nasal breathing that whole time. So I need to get in there and have some fun. You only get a fight a couple times a year. It takes so long. It takes 8 weeks to get into that good a shape. I'm not gonna. My last 3 fights were 3 first-round finishes. One of them I got finished, but fuck, it was still a first round. I didn't get a fight, too long. I was in there trying to bust someone's head up.
I wish the commentators. What a moment that would have been.
Yeah.
I think he's letting him up because the shirt, if we get technical here, he already has them printed up. Like, what a business. You said I had no fear in there. God, let's put the fucking strap on this guy. Mm-hmm. What do you have, Connor?
Yeah, Sean, how long until you get back in the ring? Because you just mentioned it takes about 8 weeks to get back into shape. And also, who's next for you?
Yeah, that's been the question. Since the second after you fight, the next question is who's next. And a lot of I heard Dominic Cruz text Chael Sonnen saying he wants that fight. So I don't know if Chael got a prank text from a fake Dom or if that's real. That's a potential matchup. I know Dustin Poirier tweeted the other day, July 10th. So I think I'm a pretty good co-main event type dude. So Dustin versus Connor, Sugar versus Dominic. I don't know. That makes sense. That might be it. July, we'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to get in there a couple more times this year.
Let's go. Yeah. Okay, that would be a huge card, obviously. In the Sugar Show, by the way, co-main eventing. For a Connor fight, which is the promos you two motherfuckers would have. Oh my God, that would be awesome. You've been fighting for 10 years, you said? Because you took, obviously, some offense to them saying you're young, you don't know. How did you get to the, because you debuted in 2017, right? How did you get into the fight game? Were you a wrestler, kickboxer? What were you before you got into mixed martial arts?
I played basketball, football, baseball, soccer from when I was 3 years old till high school. And then you all of a sudden have to start getting good grades to play sports. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So then I found kickboxing where you don't have to get good grades to play school sports. So I started kickboxing when I was 16 years old, had 4 fights that year, kickboxing fights, amateur, and just fell in love with it. I didn't like jiu-jitsu. I didn't like wrestling at all. I just liked the striking aspect of it. I turned 18, had an MMA fight. And, ended up falling in love with the whole sport of MMA, moved down to Phoenix. And when I was 19 years old, and I've been here for the last, 7-8 years, just grinding 2-a-days, getting better and improving a lot.
Will you take a couple of days off now, or are you right back in there because potential July 10th around the corner?
Dude, my shins are hurt. My shins hurt so bad from kicking him in the head. I'm walking. I'm limping around. So I'm gonna have to take a few days off. But I eat super clean outside of camp. I have a hot tub, a cold plunge at home. I literally, and I tell people this, they don't understand. I cold plunge. I get in the fucking cold plunge every single night for 3 minutes, and it's I'm recovering every night so I can train again in the morning. But as far as being able to train this week, I don't know. We'll see how my legs feel.
Yeah, that's supposed to flush out all the bad shit, I guess, those cold plunges. It's a terrible experience. You're doing it every single night. To toughen up the shins, I've seen movies. You kick bamboo trees, right? That's what you're supposed to kick bamboo trees. Just something to think about.
I'll have to order a bamboo tree. I don't know if you can do that.
I'll send it on over, Ty. What do you have?
Sean, is there like a method that you prefer to knock a guy out with? Like you were just talking about your shins and everything. Like, is it more satisfying putting a guy to sleep with your hands or kicking him in the head and knocking him out?
I've knocked a lot of people out in my days with I've knocked people out with my feet. I've knocked people out with my shins. I've knocked people out with both my hands. I don't think I've ever knocked someone out with elbows or knees. But it's just the putting someone's lights out where there's no question that you're the man, that you dominated the fight, that it's completely over. So yes, just knocking them out. It doesn't really matter how, but not a TKO, not where the ref stops it and the guy's kind of coming up. Just I want that dude to be out, not to have any, to be done.
No questions asked. You guys all seem to have this trait inside you that when it appears as if the other human is dead, you know what I mean? Like it appears as if they are dead on. There's this reaction from you guys to kind of, now granted, walk-off, you're a walk-off hitter, but is that just because there's a chance that fight is going to continue? Like why is that? Is that just a natural instinct to get another shot on? Why does that happen?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if you're familiar with my fight against Eddie Wineland, are you?
Yeah. No.
I knocked him out completely cold, and I just dipped. I turned around and left. He was done. This was last year, July 6th.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
I hit him, and I felt his soul when I hit his chin, like his soul left. So I knew I didn't have to hit him again. When I hit Thomas with that left hand, and he kind of rolled over, like I looked in his eyes before I threw that punch, and he was there-ish. He was there enough to look at me to where I knew the ref wasn't going to stop it. He was looking at me, just didn't have any control of anything. Like I knew he was done, but I had to put one more in there. And you know what? It's not even, I don't know if I really enjoyed doing that. I do right after. I'm like, damn it, that probably took a couple of years off his life. So it doesn't, I don't know, man. It's the sport we're in. I do have compassion right after. I legitimately felt bad. I don't want to, it's the game we're in. I do love knocking people out, but I also feel bad. It's a weird mixture.
Yeah, you're not the only one, by the way. It's the game it's literally the sport you're in. What do you have, AJ?
Hey, speaking of taking somebody's soul, were you able to stay around and watch Francis Ngannou take on Stipe? And how scary is Francis? And do you think he will fight John Jones?
Oh my, dude, Francis, dude, I was so nervous going into that fight. Stipe is one of the nicest guys ever. I've only met him a couple times, but just watching him, on the embeddeds and stuff, and meeting him in person, he's so nice. He's a firefighter, and he beat Francis once. When I heard they were having a rematch, I was like, God damn it! Francis is a scary dude, and it sucks to see Stipe go out like that, but. John Jones claims, and I believe him, he says he's not scared of Francis, but I don't know, man, because I'm pretty fucking terrified of Francis. So. But I'm not John Jones either, so
Is there
that's an interesting fight.
Is it when you're fighting? I assume just like I don't know how much you know about the NFL. Joe Thomas told us that every season, even the one where they won 0-16, he thought they were potentially going to win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like he thought, we're going to win a Super Bowl. He's bought in as a member of the Cleveland Browns, they're going to win a Super Bowl. For you, at what point do you realize that you have the plan to beat the person? Like, are you watching film on them? Is it early in the training camp? Is it when you see them in the stare down, whenever you stare through? At what point do you know, like, okay, I'm going to win. This is a winning fight for me?
That confidence comes from putting in the work in the training camp. So, you name anybody on the roster right now, and you tell me I'm fighting him, I know I can knock him out. Like, I know I have, the options to knock him out. So, really, just with the skill set I have right now, I believe I could knock out anybody in my division. So, but the real confidence to just be able to, tell people that. A lot of people don't want to say, I'm going to go in there and knock this dude out because they don't want to look stupid. They don't want to end up losing the fight and then have that video out there You know what I mean? So but a lot of people just don't want to look stupid. But I'm confident in my skills. I truly believe I could knock out anybody in the division. And I thought I was going to be in the NFL when I was in like 6th grade. So,
Hey, I feel like you probably could have made it, man. I feel like you could have made it.
yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't grow as much as I thought I would.
How tall are you?
5'11".
5'11", and you walk around every day weighing what?
155.
How's the cut? Is it tough? Or is that just something you got to know you're used to?
Yeah, they're it's every weight cut's tough. It's the last 10 pounds are always rough. I always look pretty fucking sucked down when I get on the scale, and but I always fill out really well. And I do it as healthy as I can. It's definitely, there's no way your body feels like you're fucking dying. Your heart's beating and you're just laying there. Like, it's a weird feeling, but it's somewhat enjoyable in a weird way.
Yeah, you accomplish something that is damn near impossible. So that's probably a good, fulfilling feeling. When you see the picture of yourself on the scale, you always go, hey, that guy looks fucking terrible. Is that what you think when you see the photo?
Yeah, I'm like, damn, it's weird to go, because I'm only 136 pounds for 45 minutes or whatever it is, and then you start sipping your liquids, you start filling out pretty fast. But yeah, it's weird to look at.
Well, we hope we get a chance to see you fight again very soon. Can't wait to see you be the champion. I'm going to listen to the Timbo Sugar Show because I feel like you're an electrifying human being. It just feels that way. Yeah,
the Timbo Sugar Show, we always get in a little bit of trouble. We're a little controversial, say some juicy things, but I don't got a boss. I mean, Dana's my boss, but other than that, I don't have anyone telling me, hey, don't say that. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty freeing feeling, because as long as you don't piss off Dana, as long as you're performing for that, and you stream too, right? You're a big gamer.
Yeah. I hadn't streamed like the whole fight camp. I really dialed in fight camp and made sure I was recovering in between training sessions. So I'm actually gonna hop on my stream right after this for the first time in a couple weeks, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
What are we playing?
Warzone. I've been addicted. I get addicted to one game at a time. It was Fortnite for like 2 years. Now it's Warzone.
Hey, go snipe some folks, huh? Let's go headshot. Okay, let's knock them out. You know what I mean? Let's knock them out. Let's put on a show. Ladies and gentlemen, the future champion UFC bantamweight fighter, Sugar Sean Myers. Hey, hold on.
Thanks,
We need the shirts. The shirts one more time. Sugarshop.co.
Sugarshop.co. Yes, sir.
Support the business, dude.
Dude, fuck yeah, thank you.
Hey, look,
appreciate you.
Hey,
I throw you on randomly in the morning. I don't really follow football too much, but I just throw you on because you're fucking entertaining, and I enjoy your guys' show.
Oh, Hey, I throw the fights on whenever you're on, and I don't really know what's going on, but you're fucking entertaining in there, man.
I gotta give him a shout out to my little brother, because he's the one that showed me you. He's like, dude, you would love this guy. He's a fucking character. So shout out to my little brother Daniel.
Shout out.
Probably watching right now.
Shout out Daniel. Shout out. Hey, Baldwin, was that the fadeaway?
Oh, I had to hit him with the Kobe.
Oh, there was a full conversation on whether or not it was Kobe or just Baldwin, because you just knocked out another human. Sugarshop.co. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Sean O'Malley. Put the fucking belt on that guy.
Yeah, immediately.
Can we please get him at a press conference? Imagine him sitting in one thing, and then Connor sitting on one side, and then Poirier and Dom or whatever on the other side. Oh my God. Heels, baby faces. Let's just let this be had. Oh, that'd be amazing for the UFC. I hope it happens.